That is so heartbreaking. That was Jordan Davis's mother saying that she wanted to give her son a hug the last time she saw him, saying he was a fun-loving, outgoing 17-year-old who lost his life in that car to Michael Dunn. The question is, will Michael Dunn spend the rest of his life in jail? Well, the jury has been spending a lot of time deciding that. 16 hours, 57 minutes. A lot of people on the prosecution side, attorneys say, wait a minute, this would make me nervous if I'm a prosecutor in this case, saying, what is taking so long? If you're the defense, are you thinking, oh, this is good for me? Trinity.
I think you are. I think you're thinking the more that they think about it, the more that they're talking about it. Clearly, it wasn't cut and dry. It's not as if everybody got back there and said, oh, he's guilty, and then they walked out. They're clearly looking at everything. They're clearly discussing everything. I don't know that you can jump to one conclusion one way or another, but if you're a defense attorney, the longer they're back there, the happier you are.
Do you think they did a good job, the prosecution, Trinity, of bringing Jordan Davis, the 17-year-old, into this case? And is that relevant when it comes to the facts, when it comes to what you believe happened on that day?
It is relevant, and I think they did do a good job. I mean, and it's relevant that he's 17, he's young, he had his whole life ahead of him. Obviously, the interplay between all the victims and the defendant makes a huge difference. And what I think they did is they also they brought into a lot of lack of things that the defendant did appropriately, that he went back to his hotel room, that he was very relaxed, that he had some more cocktails, that he ordered a pizza. Those kind of things do make a difference. I mean, it's the law and the courts, as much as we like to think it's governed by statutes and rules, it's a human process, and all these things make a difference.
Joey, what's your take on that? I remember in the Jodi Arias trial, also Casey Anthony, a lot of back and forth on, is the victim in that courtroom being mentioned enough? Did you think it happened here?
Sure. You know, ultimately, of course, the jury's reminded that it's about the facts. So regardless of whether or not, you speak about the victim or speak to the victim, they're there because of the victim, and they're there because of the defendant's actions and the propriety or the lack of how proper those actions were. And so when you're speaking about the teenager, too, it had to be that the issue was really whether or not the teenager provoked this. Did Jordan Davis provoke his actions? And I think the prosecution did an effective job at resoundingly saying no and resoundingly speaking to the issue of premeditation. And I like what they did on that issue by talking about how he pointed the gun, fired the gun, and did what he did with the intent to kill.
Exactly, Joey. Well said. And we are now almost 17 hours in. What is the jury deciding? Will a verdict come back today? As soon as we hear word here at HLN, we're going to bring it to you live.